Every year, scientists all over the globe publish somewhere around 1.8 million papers in about 28,000 journals. If you were able to devote every second of your life to reading papers, and you could finish an article in about 17 seconds, you could stay completely up to date on the entirety of research occurring around the world. That would be quite a superpower. Unfortunately, that's outside the realm of normal human capability. And really, having enough time to read all the papers that even come out just in your specific field might be impossible. Like most things in life, it's about choosing how to use our limited time in the best way possible. So how do we find journal articles, presentations, and posters that are relevant and interesting to our research projects and scientific curiosity? And when we have interesting work, how do we signal to people in our field they might benefit from reading this work? To answer both of these questions, abstracts. I'm Madison Edwards, and today we're going to talk about how to write an abstract that can make the maximum impact on your reader. So what is an abstract? An abstract is a concise summary of your work. It can be either a summary of a completed work or a summary of a work in progress. Typically, abstracts are approximately 5 to 10 sentences in length and are extremely informative. They contain just enough information for the reader to determine if the work is relevant to their interests and if they should use their limited time to read the paper or attend the poster session or presentation. I believe that abstracts can be broken down into 3 major sections. First, the background and the purpose. Second, the methods and results. And third, the conclusions and future work. In the background and purpose section, you want to briefly explain what the reader needs to know to understand why your work is important or novel. Lay the groundwork very briefly of what the current state of the field is and what has been found previously. Then, describe what is not known and what you're interested in studying, or what is a problem left in the field. In the next section, methods and results, you want to briefly, in general terms, describe how you performed an experiment or assay, or how you're going to answer the question you just posed. What techniques are you using? What populations are you dealing with, etc. If you have results, you will want to lay out a few of the major findings. If you don't have results yet, that's totally fine. You can talk about your hypothesis or in the results that you predict. Lastly, you want to finish the abstract with a statement about why the work is important, what impact this work has or could potentially have on the field, and where you think the work in your field is going, and future questions. Make a case for why this research is valuable and worth doing, and why your audience should want to read more. Let's look at an example. Here's an example abstract that I wrote when I was an undergraduate student on a project that was still in progress, and so I didn't have any results yet. Let's go through it line by line and try to understand the purpose each sentence serves through the lens that we just talked about. Raman spectroscopy is a vital tool for analyzing the secondary structure of proteins and has the potential to be used to differentiate between various protein conformations. This first sentence is introducing the topic of Raman spectroscopy and is also leading into the question of distinguishing between different protein conformations. It's definitely a background purpose sentence. It has been discovered that fibrillation of the protein hormone glucagon under varying conditions can lead to the formation of amyloid fibers that differ in their morphology, examples of which include twisted and smooth. This sentence is introducing the idea that glucagon can have 2 different fibrillations, twisted and smooth. Thus, this with the first sentence leads to the question, can we use Raman spectroscopy to distinguish between the 2 fibrillations? Again, it's a background purpose sentence. This project aims to use principal component analysis as a means to differentiate between the Raman spectra of type A, smooth, and type D, tightly twisted fibers. Next, I state exactly how I plan to do this using principal component analysis. This is a method sentence. Because this project is just being started, there are no results yet, which is okay. If principal component analysis is able to successfully differentiate between known fiber types, it may be applied to identify the fiber type present in an unknown sample. Lastly, this sentence explains why the work is important. We could potentially use this technique to identify unknown samples and understand what fiber types are present. This is a conclusions and future work sentence. I hope that this video has been a good primer for you on what abstracts are and how to write them. This week, you'll be working through exercises with your graduate advocates to help you practice such skills. Have a great week.